Hello and welcome to Diecast Restos and to the 44C GMC Refrigerator Truck. It was produced by Lesney for the Matchbox and Superfast series between 1967 and 1972. Pre-Superfast era, it remained in this red chassis and turquoise refrigerator unit colour scheme throughout. There are few variations on this casting. Mine is missing the plastic rear door, which by my reckoning means it's not a particularly good refrigerator truck. Here is a regular wheels example in rather nice condition. And this is an equivalent tilt cab truck with Chevrolet badging. I explore the origins of the GMC cab over in my 26C GMC Tipper Truck video from March 2020. These two castings share the same style cab design, but with some differences. The 26C cab tilts forward to reveal a cast engine and has a cast grille, while this is the opposite, with its static cabin and grille that is moulded from the plastic base piece. Both share the same riveted in green tinted window piece. The refrigerator truck's rear door was either grey or brown plastic. I've sourced a grey reproduction door for this one. I'll leave a link in the description for where I've sourced that from. These are the components which make up the 44C. The previously mentioned plastic base plate uses the moulded grille and headlights to attach itself to the casting. In addition to the light and grille attachments, a single central rivet helps hold the base in position. There was one main casting variation to the box section of the truck. This example has it, but some are missing the lip cast on the rear bumper above and below the tail lights. In 1970, the model made the transition to the new Matchbox Superfast line. A short run of castings were produced in the same red and turquoise colour scheme, with the narrow, low-friction Superfast wheels fitted. These are difficult to come by and do command a premium. It was quickly recoloured to a bright yellow cab with a red compartment to the rear. It remained in this configuration until it was discontinued in 1972. Its replacement was the 44E Boss Mustang, one of my favourites from the 70s. I think the refrigerator unit that sits atop the cabin is a brilliant bit of design by Lesney. It serves as a good location for attaching the large refrigerator compartment, which connects to the chassis otherwise via a slot at the very rear. As for the cab, I much prefer it to the floppy mess that is the 26C GMC. Each of the wheels is brushed in Citadel gloss to liven them up before I spray Tamiya TS8 Italian red over the chassis. It never lets me down. Each first coat looks as good as the final coat. I rarely have issues with this red, and it is so adaptable it's the only red I ever use. I use Autosol metal polish on the window piece and then splash it in Astonish wood floor polish to make it pop. I've never used this stuff on my wood floors, despite using it in restorations for nearly 3 years. Unless I've accidentally spilt it, of course, but that doesn't count. Here I dab on some Molotow chrome to the reattached axle ends. And lastly, I spray on the colour for the refrigerator section after it got lost in the post. TS41 Coral Blue is a lovely shade and a great match in my opinion. To reassemble the casting, it all gets a bit awkward, fumbling around trying to fit that rear door. The window piece goes in fine, and I fit the base, loosely as it would turn out. Annoyingly, it fell off while trying to sort the back door out. That is the only issue with these shallow rivet posts and my reluctance to glue the castings back together. Most of the time they fit just fine. Obviously in this state they're not playworthy for a child, but perfect for the display cabinet they end up in. It clips back on okay on the second attempt though. So here is how the 44C GMC looked earlier. The paint is clearly very patchy and flaky. Along with the rear door, these were the only real issues I had to contend with. The window piece looked okay, while the plastics of the grille and base plate and the wheels looked reasonable enough. This is likely to be my last video before I have a nice new studio setup, not that it will look too dissimilar on camera. So from my temporary studio, for the last time, here's how the casting looks now. A lot fresher in those almost indistinguishable colours. Perhaps the turquoise had a touch more sea green about it before, but that could just be the build-up of years worth of filth. It is sat on some energised wheels following a Citadel coating, and here is that door replacement. The window piece was already in a sufficiently good condition, but I doubly polished it to revitalise. I hope that this has been an entertaining restoration. Do leave a like, and if you're not already, please consider becoming a subscriber to stay up to date with all of my latest releases. If you're already a subscriber, thank you, and thank you also to my Patreon supporters, who help to make the magic happen. Links are at the end of the video if you wish to join them. Anyway, that's all from me for now. Thanks once more, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.